Astro 25 mobile CPS software. Now, there are amazing programming videos on YouTube for how to use the Astro 25 mobile CPS as well as the portable CPS. What I'm going to show is just a basic, real quick and dirty rundown of how we're going to hook up the radio and get everything hooked up. I'm going to cut to a video right now of the radio itself, so you can see how everything's connected. The microphone is connected into the control head. Down below, we have the programming cable, USB cable, and that's routed to the computer. Alright, so that's the configuration. You can run it from the control head. If you have a mid-power model, you can run it from the rear serial port. If you have the control that cable for that programming type, it all depends on what you have. Just hook it up accordingly. And then we are going to do a couple things. We're going to click on View, come down to Options. We're going to select our port. Our port's right down here. It's only giving USB as an option, so we're going to go with that. Next thing is going to be this little icon here. It says Read Device. It's like a arrow pointing to a computer just underneath the File tab. We're going to click on that. And there she is. So my radio alias comes up. It's XTL 5000 high power UHF. You can configure that right there. This will show you all your info. It's only got a conventional systems package. It'll show you all your tracking. It'll show your versioning, which this could use a upgrade for sure. Most definitely. And then it'll show you the features set. So that's all you got right there. Moving down to the radio configuration, radio wide. One of the things I'll do is come over here to the transmit power levels and make sure that I've kind of dumbed this down a little bit, because if I'm using low power, I really don't need that much. Sorry for the annoying clicks. We're going to go down to 25 watts. It's actually as low as it'll let us go, so that's perfect. 110, she's a little old, getting a little long in the tooth. We're going to back that off a little bit. There's really no reason to be burning up my power amp on this thing if I can avoid it. So, not that it's going to either, but it's just weird in my head. Kind of makes sense. Plus, I'm not really going to get, if I go from 75, plus if I change antennas and I'm not thinking about it, I can potentially cause damage to an antenna. So, anyway, that's what we do there. That's something I do for the transmit power levels. You can totally leave it the same and it'll be fine. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is come down to display and menu. Here I will add whatever I need for that. I don't need rekey in there because I'm not doing OTAR stuff. Zone, I'm going to want... Direct is cool if you're going to use repeaters. I'm not going to do anything with that. I do put that in there, but I'm not going to confuse anybody just yet. So we have our zone selection. We want to add scan. And this is all the features that will be added to the control head. And you'll see it in the little submenu with the buttons at the lower portion underneath the screen, if that makes sense. Program. We're going to add that so we can do scanless program. I already have a power button, a low power button set, which is the little emer button, the little orange button. So we don't need to worry about that. Nuisance, that's a nuisance delete, so if there's something that's like annoying, obnoxious, you can hit that. squelch. I like to have that on there. Zone up, zone down is kind of cool, which actually remove zone, and I'm going to add zone up and zone down. And then I'm going to bump those up to the top. That way it's my two left buttons. We'll actually control that. That just makes it easier for going through your zones, because I'm going to have a lot of different stuff programmed in this. Color, I like to be able to change the color. MPL, not sure if I'm going to use it on UHF. I do use that with VHF, though, quite frequently. Default color can be whatever you want, green, amber, orange, or custom. If you're doing an XTL 2500, you will only have red, green, and amber, I believe, is your options. Not that it matters. Advanced, top group display, whatever. We're not doing top groups, so that's a moot point. Not doing anything with DTMF phone right now or secure. And that'll lead us down to the conventional tab. So I'm going to close out the other one. It's just that little plus sign right there where I clicked. We're going to go to conventional configuration. Make sure there's not anything weird here. Okay. PL. Like I said, not really going to get into that, but that's where it's at if you want. And that's basically your like private line or privacy tones. So you can go in and configure it however, like, oh, we're going to do the receive tone of 67.0. So there's your receive tone. And then you can kind of change it on the fly if you need to. We're not going to do that. Conventional personalities. This is where you want to be. We're going to click on that. If you are scanning, I highly suggest that you use the receive only personality. This will keep you from transmitting on things you're not supposed to transmit on. That's kind of all I'm going to talk about as far as scanning, not because I'm against it. I'm all for it, but a lot of people like to crap on people that get into the non-affiliate scan and stuff like that, so we'll stay away from that for now. Our receive voice signal type is going to be non-Astro. You can do mixed mode if you'd like. It's up to you if you're going to be doing P25 amateur radio, which I'm going to, but I'm going to dedicate a specific one for digital. Timeout timer is 3 minutes and 60 seconds, which is a little generous, just in case my fat butt hot mics couldn't do that. Transmit voice signal type, it's going to give you these little stupid eyeglasses because this is not a digital Astro capable flash code just yet. Transmit after this, blah blah blah, leave that alone. Transmit power level, you can default it to low if you want, leave it on high, and then I just change it as I'm hitting the channels. Actually, try that differently this time. No signaling, so we're going to actually shut that off, or it's going to do a stupid annoying squelch tone. We don't need anything for MDC. We'll make sure SecureNet is not selected. We're in the clear transmitting, and we are in the clear there. Secure, nothing. We're not doing repeater access. Again, nothing with phone. Smart PTT is disabled. Scan, we can go scan list 1 if we want to, and that will allow it to scan. If you have none selected, then you will not be able to program a scan list. Advanced, none of this applies. Astro, none of this applies. Astro call, Astro talk group, quick call 2, none of that applies. So now we will come down to our next spot. It's going to be zone channel assignment. Now, if you've ever programmed an Astro Spectra, this seems a little different. With other radios and FPP models, you actually have to program a personality for every one of your channels within the zones. Astro 25 got rid of that. So we have a unnamed zone. We'll just call this 70 centimeter. Okay, something. So that won't let me type anything more than that. So we have to change how many characters are going to be in our ID. One more character here. Just go 14 and 14. Why not? See what it'll do. Simplex. I'm very curious if this actually allows this to go. I'm actually going to rate the radio right now just to see if that comes up. So now we've actually programmed that top name there. Kind of works out nicely, and then you can see the L up there for low power, just above the simplex. That's what that little icon is. If I hit this guy here, that goes away. There you go. That's kind of neat. And then all of our options are here. Anyway, I'm 12 minutes into this. Don't even know if I'll be able to upload this video. But this is my first time doing a screen recording, so thanks for bearing with me, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.